crashed it 11 times in 1 year.
I would never have believed in 15 years we won over 50 awards.
Hey, I'm Tim. This is Howden Originals, where we're touring around the UK, chatting to motor traders and classic car collectors. Today, I'm joined by Ian Barkaway from Barkaways for your Ferrari. Hi Ian, thanks for having us.
My pleasure. Welcome to Barkaways.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the coffee. I think I've had a bit too much already, so we'll see how things go.
Wide awake.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ian, I think this is probably the warmest place I've ever been in my life. My glasses are steaming up. I'm wearing a blazer. I mean, is this normal in the workshop?
It is, yeah. We are, whether it's south facing, north facing, but the sun does come straight through. But we have to look after cars. These are precious things. We've got to look after them.
Yeah, that is important.
Cars are more important than people around here.
So let's get started. So how did it all start with you? How long ago was it? You know, how did you get into this?
I started as an apprentice with Rolls-Royce back in '79. Makes you feel really old, doesn't it? And then in about '85, there was a Ferrari garage down the road, and I thought, well, that looks a bit more interesting. So in '85, I started my journey with Ferrari that went through specialists, dealerships, all sorts. And then having a whole career with other garages, a lot of customers came to me and said, look, Ian, can't we come to you? The cars you're building are really good. So 15, 16 years ago, we opened Barkaways.
Fantastic. And what's your main kind of stuff that you do? Is it restoration, servicing?
We can cover sort of both things. We've got 3 units on site, 3 boxes. So we've got the main unit here, which is sort of service. We've got our own body shop, which means we're quite unique. Not many people have got their own in-house body shop. And then we've got storage down the bottom, so we can service them for you, store them for you, paint them for you when you have bumps, because inevitably there's going to be some stone chips, and help and advise sourcing and finding them as well.
So Ian, I can't talk about Barkaways without talking about concourse events. You're internationally renowned for that, and we've got a list here of, I mean, an epic list of cars. You've had 50 wins across all of the concourse events. Talk to me a bit about how you got into that and how difficult it is to become a concourse.
It is unbelievably hard, and we sort of fell into it. The cars I was doing were ending up sort of naturally onto concourse lawns because they were very good, and we started to win. And then we just kept building and building on that. But people say to me, yes, I mean, I would never have believed in 15 years we won over 50 awards, and I think 32 of those have been at Salon Privé alone. Funny, I was judging at the Ferrari Owners Club this week. We were talking to the guy who won with his 355, a brilliant car. I was looking at the Best of Show Cup, and we were on there 6 times.
Wow.
That's Best of Show at the Ferrari Owners Club. And I thought, yeah, we did that car, we did that one, yeah, we did that one. And you sort of have to pinch yourself, but it is unbelievably hard. When everyone else is off, gone home, I'm usually here bank holiday weekends, all weekend, going around the cars, lining screws up, just checking the last bits, just doing the last little detail. It's the finale of usually a 3-year journey, and you've got to win the war when the thing's in the body shop. While we're fixing the car and doing the paint and the engines and researching numbers, the owner will be getting involved with the history, filling in the gaps, buying any little bits. Now we need a bit for the service book, or we need a jack or a spanner for the toolkit. The customers love this journey, and they're in and out all the time. So by the time it gets to the lawn, it's a culmination of not just us historians, Keith Blumell, people like that bring this all together.
And we were chatting earlier about you don't know what you're up against. You don't know what you get. So what does that look like in terms of preparing, and how do you manage an owner that you pretty much said, look, you've got this in the bag, and then you turn up and something else is there? Well, how do you deal with that? It's
very hard. We sort of say to owners that if we can get your car on the lawn, because all the cars we're talking sort of Salon Privé, which is at Blenheim Palace. We've got Hampton Court, which is the Royal Concourse. You've got Villa d'Este in Lake Como in Italy, and the Ferrari Owners Club, and we used to do the Hurlingham Club as well. So all the cars get presented to the event, and then a selection committee will decide which cars they want. So if they only want one short wheelbase or one 275, they will select which. So you might not even get selected. We've had years where a car hasn't been selected.
Wow.
So
and you've done all the work.
You've done all the work, and sorry, we're using, because cars coming from all around the world. We've just got an Alpha here at the moment. It's just flown in from Beverly Hills to go to this year's event. So this is international stuff. So there's no guarantees you're even going to make it to the lawn. You won't know what you're up against until you physically see the car on the lawn. What might be a big car might not be very well prepared. And a lesser car, for instance, we did a little Alfa Giulia Spider a few years ago, absolutely perfect. Thousands of hours spent on it, absolutely perfect. But it was just a little Alfa, and it was parked in the open air class against huge Rolls Royces and God knows what else. But people walking along going, "Oh, Rolls Royce, crikey, look at that!" And they were all over it. And so, but value-wise, I sort of sanitise this by saying they're all £1. Because some are worth tens of millions and some aren't, but you just have to judge the car against itself.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, the one that jumps out for me, and we've got a model of it here, is the 6R4, because
the Metro.
I'm a bit of a petrol head, to be fair. So Ferrari's lovely, absolutely amazing. But so how did the 6R4 get into a concourse? And, you know, tell me a bit about that car.
The Metro, right. I love the Metros. I used to compete at rallying back in the 80s before I had children. So a Group B rally car is super cool in my book. One of our clients bought it. That was the actual McRae car that he did Donegal with before he very sadly passed away a year later. So it's a time warp car. It came to market that no one really knew about. One of our clients bought it and came in and said, "Look, Ian, I bought this rally car." And I was like, "Crikey, do you know what that is? That's the McRae car." He went, "Oh, really? Oh, right, okay." But it didn't work and it didn't run. And it's a very highly strung piece of kit, and there's a video out there. We pulled the whole thing to bits, put it all back together and got it actually working, and now it's a working object. And these cars get invited. That was a McRae thing, that they wanted some Group B rally cars. Obviously he won the World Championship and he was the only guy to do it. So there's various events and they wanted some cars. So yeah, it seemed bizarre that you've got all this priceless jewellery and then you've got some rally cars, but it's what makes the events.
No, I mean, for me, I want you to tell me it's a usable daily as well, because I feel like that would be what I'd use.
It is the most exhilarating car. I mean, I've been very fortunate in the career over the last 40 odd years. I've driven pretty much everything there is, and some are better than others. But as a car to go out in, it just sets your whole thing alight. You come out buzzing. It's a 20-minute car, now half an hour, and you have to wear the headsets because it's like going to a disco back in the 70s. You come home and your ears are ringing. If you don't have the headsets on, it really is that loud.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that's what I wanted to hear, because it is a dream car.
And it goes through the gearbox as fast as you can change gear. I think we limited it to about 9,500. It's a monumental thing, but you couldn't use it as a daily. It's just, it's very hard to drive.
I reckon I could. I could. So the cars, you've obviously mentioned lots of cars and the varied cars. What's kind of the weirdest concours car-related story you've got?
It is mad up there. We've supported Salon Privé for the last 15 years or so, and we also provide the backup for the lawn, for the mechanicking and what have you, which is brilliant. And that came around because a car would break down and someone would ring the radio, "Can someone fix a so-and-so?" And I'd end up in my chinos and my jacket pulling some ignition system apart. And I said to the David Bagley and Andrew Bagley, said, "This is silly. Why don't I just put some technicians on the lawn in a golf buggy and support the whole event?" And they spend the whole week just fixing stuff. No, cars overheat, cars, so that's really good. So there's all sorts of stuff that goes on.
So the concours events are very polished and very presented, but there must be some quirky stories as well. Weird things must happen, things must go wrong. Tell me a bit about some stories.
There is. It takes a lot to behind the scenes, as you say. They're very polished, and because we support the events, we get involved in moving cars from lorry parks to car parks to on the lawn and all sorts of stuff. I mean, ones that spring to mind, we did the Harrods McLaren F1 one year that needed moving, and it only just fitted in the trailer because it was only this far off the ground, and it took boards and 4 guys. But no, you make this stuff happen.
Moving away from concours, because that's not just what Barkaways do. So, what's kind of most memorable job you've done with a car?
We've had cars turn up as a complete car for restoration. Some customers come to us, want 3 years restoration. Some cars want an oil change that have been in the family. No, not everyone's a multi-millionaire. And we just try and help people to enjoy their cars. I mean, one guy that we've known for 20 years, he just services his Fairway every year, looks after it, and he's just been all the way to Italy and back. So that was really good. Him and his wife went, had a lovely time. So it's not all about going on big shows, it's just helping people to enjoy them.
And are you kind of making these cars almost more reliable than they were when they were new? Because of course, let's not forget, these cars, some of them when they were brand new were pretty rubbish.
They are. I always enjoy reading the history of the cars. You read through the history files, and No, there'd be letters from Ferrari, terribly sorry your 275 or your Daytona broke down, sir. No, terribly sorry. My car's broken down again and the heater fans haven't worked. They've got a list of all these faults and, what you need is to buy the next one. So they sell them another car. So, yeah, these were old cars that weren't that reliable 50, 60 years ago. So how do you make something that's that bad then good now? It is a very, very hard job. Andrea says, my wife sometimes, why would we try and do this?
Yeah.
It is almost achieving the impossible.
European touring with that, I mean, that's must be a support role there as well.
Yes.
You've got to be ready for big events. What about kind of weird locations? Have you ever been a job that's involved you being somewhere strange with a car?
Yeah, there is some standouts. Even though this is a job and we work 7 days a week on it sort of thing, sometimes you do pinch yourself. I'll be sitting on a concourse lawn and people will be enjoying the cars and you think, yeah, this is cool. People are enjoying what you've done. And there's stuff that you get involved with that suddenly you think, crikey, is this really happening? We did, one year we did Buckingham Palace.
Okay.
So this is stuff that's happened. So we came out from behind Buckingham Palace, so we're all signed in with passports and security and all the rest of it. All the cars were gathering. And then we came out, I was in a 275 Nart Spider with the owner. And as we came out on right in front of Buckingham Palace, 2 motorcycle outriders arrived.
What, for you?
And escorted us across the front of Buckingham Palace, up the Mall and into Marlborough House. And you just think, yeah, this is quite cool. This doesn't happen to everybody.
Yeah, I mean the owner must have been loving that.
Yeah, and this is the sort of thing that happens with classic cars. Yes, it's working. I'm petrified thinking this time it's got to work. If this breaks down now, it's going to be embarrassing.
Yeah.
Is the stress side, but on the flip side, you think not everyone gets to do this.
So the concourse, the business that you've built, all of the people that work here is dependent on owners of cars. So you must work with some amazing owners that are passionate. So can you share some insights on that? Anything that you feel you can tell me what we're not going to get sued about?
Yes, as you say, I'm very proud of the team.
Yeah.
My mission is to create an environment that people are happy to give the keys to their car to, and that's our sort of fundamental role. And yes, we've dealt with celebrity owners, captains of industry. To me, they're all just people that enjoy their cars, and so we always respect the what's the word I'm looking for?
Privacy.
So even though but there was one the other week. We went to a client's house who's a very, very well known musician, lovely guy we worked for years. We were at the house picking up one car and dropping off another. And he came out and we were going around the cars and sorting stuff. I said, Ian, we need to go and get some milk. And I was like, okay. So we said, well, let's go in a car. And we hadn't run the Lusso for a while. So he said, right, Ian, come on, let's fire the Lusso up. So we jumped in. This is a 1960s Lusso that we'd done a full restoration on, beautiful, all done, shiny, gleamy. Off we go up the road into Marks and Spencer's. So we arrive at Marks and Spencer's car park with a very well-known celebrity and a very pretty car. Brought the place to a standstill. So he said, well, where are we going to park? So I was like, I'll look after the car, you go and get the milk. So he goes in, gets the milk, comes out with some milk and some bits and pieces. And then we were like, well, where are we going to put the milk? We can't put it on your new Wilton and all the rest of it. No, it can't go in there with all the leather. So we ended up tucking it away in the boot and all the rest of it. And then we drove back to the house. So just quirky things that happen that he needed to get some stuff. And it was a fabulous day. We had half-hour drive with him, was brilliant. A, he got the car running, and B, we had a good laugh. And even I think a couple of days later, I was texting him going, oh, great, this is from me and the milkman, and things like this. So I love our interaction with our clients. It's a special relationship we have.
Right, Ian, I'm going to go back to this list of vehicles, which is just epic. 250 TDF, LM, short wheelbase. There's Daytona Spiders in here. What's been a standout car for you?
It has been quite a journey. I mean, and the journey's still going on. I mean, what you see in here today is what's actually here for work. And we've been very fortunate to work on some fantastic cars. But there's been emotional cars. I think probably the most emotional one was a Dino we built. And it very sadly, the owner passed away just as we were painting it. He chose the colour and he didn't see it finished. And the family decided that we'd take it to salon, because that's where it was heading, and we were driving it down the red carpet with his widow in the car and his daughter there, and we all cried. The whole place just fell apart. It won 2 awards. So sometimes it's just things that happened that were really special, and we're still in touch with the family now. The car's still with us.
Oh, it's lovely.
And it was one of the most emotional cars we ever did.
It's fantastic.
So it's not all about how big it is, it's just about the journey sometimes.
No, and we always try and touch on kind of funny stuff, but actually a lot of these cars have got attachment, haven't they? They've got stories, and it's important that you know you can share that stuff.
But it was great that the family decided that they'd finish the journey and be involved with it. So that's what made, and it won 2 awards.
Fantastic. Looking after your cars, looking after the business.
Yeah.
What's the succession plan for Barkaways?
I mean, joking aside, we are only as strong Barkaways as the team we've got, and I'm very proud of the team that we've got. But obviously, no, I'm over 60 now, so you think I can't keep going forever. I've got 3 children, and the middle one, Ben, everybody knows, he's the car guy. So he's been coming to shows and fixing things since he was this big. So he was the natural one to take over the business, and he now runs the office and runs the day-to-day operations. So that does, and this applies to anybody with a family business or anyone you need some sort of succession plan. So thankfully there is a succession plan here. We also support the apprentices. We've bringing the new guys on because I'm trying to pass on my information that I've learned over the last 40 odd years, but to the youngsters, there's not many people that can do the older cars, tuning carburetors and points and all the old stuff. There's lots of people who do laptops. So it's important that goes on. So we work with the Heritage Skills Academy. We're on our 3rd apprentice here now. These cars have been around for decades. They're going to be around for a lot longer. Someone's got to learn how to fix them.
No, this is true, and everything relating to it. It's not just the engine, is it? It's the leather, it's the electrics, it's all of those key skills.
So as well as that supporting the Heritage Skills Academy, I mean, Ben's another one. The ICJ judging platform, which is the sort of internationally level platform that Pebble Beach and all the big shows use. I mean, he's now on the judging team for that, which again, it's taken him a few years to get into and now be recognised in his own right. Because again, you've got to bring the youngsters in, but these are guys who are writing books and all the rest of it about these cars. They've got to pass their knowledge on to the younger generation.
It's nice to see some younger judges, to be fair.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. Social media, digital, is that, you know, you've touched on your age, is that something you're embracing?
I think you've got to. I think in any business, you've got to embrace it. We all laugh about the youngsters on their phones all the time, but that's the way the world's going. So you've got to embrace it. We've got social media platforms, YouTube stuff, doing stuff like this today. Yeah, it's all part of modern business now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you've got to change. You've got to embrace it, haven't you? It's been fantastic talking to you today, and I really appreciate it on Howden Originals. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Jack.
Cheers.
Happy to share some stories with you.
No, thank you.